Hey YouTube, I am back with another Terp review. This time it's some peanut butter breath from True Terpenes. So this was kind of, I don't know, a lot of the flavors are very fruity or kind of fruit based around it. This was one of the few they had that was distinctly different. So I was jumping on it to give it a try. So let's try out this peanut butter breath. Let's see how it smells. I haven't opened it. This isn't, this will be a true first impression. There's even still a little styrofoam packaging inside, little dropper and everything. Still sealed. Like a savory chemical smell, but not like, I don't know if I'd say peanut butter. Let's see.
It's a bit nutty.
Kind of reminds me of the Dr. Bronner's almond soap. Kind of giving off those vibes. Like, it's just got this sweet nuttiness, but there's still kind of like this chemically, like just a little bit on the front end, a little bit on the back end, and then the middle is just this, I wouldn't say peanut butter, but more like sort of that sweet almond kind of smell. Well, hopefully that chemically smell doesn't turn into chemically taste. I'm just gonna use the dropper this time. I think I'm gonna need to order another one of the another scientific dropper, because that other one was just not working for me anymore. I don't know what the deal is, but it just doesn't get a proper seal of something. So back to the dropper here. Got my 1 gram of Delta 8, of course. And it's always just like about 5 drops. Get you pretty much the same as what I was doing before. So let's drop this in here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. But yeah, we're gonna let that mix in here, give it that 10 minutes, and let's see how this goes. All right, let that soak for, let that 10 minutes. Got my syringe. Let's get this filled up. Okay. Before it cools down. Gotta do it before it cools down. All right. Let's fill her up. Trying to get a good angle on that. All right, gonna let that kind of soak in there for a couple minutes. All right, I let that soak for a little bit. Now, one thing I will say for this review, I scoured my house for my Yokan battery, but I can't seem to find it. I'm sure I'll find it somewhere stupid, but in the meantime, at least have this sucker as a little backup. So I said, screw it, I'm not gonna procrastinate any longer on making these videos. Gotta do something. So, oh, come on. One thing I will say about this device, probably, I think I said it in my follow-up for this, but the button on the bottom kind of sucks. It's a bit finicky. Still works, but you don't really get the press feel on it, so you don't know really if you're pressing it or not. And then on top of that, it's not really a reliable button either. It's like sometimes it fires, sometimes it doesn't. So it's like I can't really trust the bottom of that, the bottom button at all times. So at least it's got the puff feature. So, but yeah, got that preheated. Let's see how this peanut butter breath goes. Cheers. I'm not a fan of that. No. The chemically, all the smell is exactly like the taste. Oh, and the chemicaliness sticks on the tongue that much longer. Oh, like you still get the sweet almond kind of thing to it, but it tastes exactly like it smells, if not a little bit more chemically. It's I mean, I'll still, pop this a little bit, give it another chance. But that first impression, not good. Oh man. Yeah, it's like just that sweet almond kind of flavor, but it's really not in the way I would like. It's. And I think peanut butter breath, I think of that sort of savory, peanut buttery kind of taste. This ain't it. This ain't it. I've had peanut butter breath plenty of times in concentrate that tasted very much like that savory peanut flavor. None of this sweetness that's in here. It's still sweet. Like, it's the one thing where I was thinking, like, okay, it's a little different than everything else. Hopefully they can bring something different to the table other than fruit. And I don't know if I'm a fan of this. I don't think I could really recommend this to and I mean, the flavor is definitely more complex than a lot of other brands that I've tried. Some of the stuff ends up being just kind of overly simplistic, almost like I can just taste the individual terpenes. This isn't the case at all. There's definitely a lot of nuance to this flavor. I just get this, that kind of almondy taste is just kind of almost like overwhelming a little bit. Maybe I should have put that little half drop extra. Now I know that wouldn't really make that much a difference for the flavor, but this, I don't know. Now I will say, the more I puff on this, the more the almond flavor becomes more prominent than the chemical flavor. The chemical kind of thing, it's just not as nearly as prominent. So those first couple puffs might be a little rough and a little off-putting, but it's like slowly settling into the palate a little bit to where it's not as off-putting. It's still not something I don't know, man. Yeah. I almost feel like it was a little too soft on my East Coast the other terpenes, in my scale. I'm just because I feel like, to me, this is 6.5, 6.8, but I know I rated East Coast terpenes and other things higher than that. But in reality, I mean, this is still, more complex. There's still more to it. There's definitely more effort put into this terpene than the other terpenes I reviewed. So it's I don't know. The more I review these, it's maybe I should have put those others at lower, because this one I would say is still technically better, just for the sheer fact of it's something different. It's something that's a flavor that I just haven't quite gotten from anything else. So it's at least unique in that sense, but it's probably one of the weakest, just out of all the true terpenes, this one has definitely been the worst. I will say that's by far the worst one, which is maybe that's why they stick with the more fruity kind of flavors, just because they're a lot easier to make compared to something that's a savory peanut kind of taste. This is just it's almost like I'm taking a sip of that almond Dr. Bronner's. I mean, I guess I'll still finish the cart. I'm not gonna waste it, but I don't think I could recommend the peanut butter breath. It's not what I expected. I mean, I guess it is some sort of nutty flavor. It's just not peanut butter. at all, and it's really not a flavor that I would say is accurate to the strain itself. This is definitely something a bit different. The high, it's not, I feel like other terpenes have kind of hit me harder, especially in like the head high area, kind of blended in. This is like barely interacting with the Delta 8 at all. It feels like it's very subtle, if anything, as far as maybe a bit cleaner of the high feeling, but like just barely noticeable. Not really anything different, but it's not making it hit harder. It's not making it, it's not giving anything else. It's not like triggering any type of body high for me more than just raw Delta 8. So yeah, 6.5, 6.8. I honestly can't recommend this peanut butter breath. Unless you really love that sort of sweet almond kind of aroma, unless you're really into that, I'd be really hard pressed to recommend this. So yeah, take that for what you will. I don't know. This peanut butter bread's kind of disappointing. Yeah, I mean, even after all those puffs, I still get a little hint of that chemically kind of taste going on along with the almond. So it's just not making me cough as much as some of the other terps, that's for sure. It's definitely a smoother hitting one, but I'm still solid. The 6.8. I'll give it a couple little pointers there just for the uniqueness, the smooth hit, but other than that, I don't know. That's gonna do it for the peanut butter breath by True Terpenes. If you do enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, ring that bell. You have a great rest of your day.